Coach Stephen, John Parsons, sorry. Nice to meet you. Sorry, I didn't clean my hands off real quick. So how's it going today?
It's good, it's good. So just talk about Jane. Got to figure out what she needs to be doing. Basically, she's sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing in the weight room, and I feel like you guys are just kind of like enabling her to not do a whole lot. So we need to figure out what she can be doing, what she needs to be doing right now instead of her upper body exercises, and figuring out what she needs to do once she's back to full go.
Okay, and you said you're just wanting to kind of find out, what she needs to be doing.
Right.
Okay. Well, first thing, right now we're working on still making sure our range of motion and strengthening is good, and I know it may not look like not a lot's going on, but progress is being made. The exercises,
How are you guys monitoring progress?
Through range of motion testing, make sure that she's able to go through, and we want to make sure it's pain-free, obviously, before we start adding a whole lot of excess, especially to that upper body. Like I said, it's very monotonous, and kind of, honestly, even patients hate that type of rehab because they feel like they're not getting stronger or anything,
right.
But it is improving their range of motion, so that's big on that. And were you talking, you wanted to find out more about lower body? Is that what you want her doing more?
Right. So what can she not do? What is she limited from in terms of lower body exercises? What can she do upper body wise, if anything? And sort of why can't she start to progress to do some of those things in the weight room?
Well, it's a big, we've got to wait until the pain's gone.
Okay.
And there's no timetable. I know that's not what you want to hear. But the fact of the matter is, until that pain is not gone, until she can get through full range of motion, it's not safe, because it's going to chance re-injury or causing a season-ending injury instead of a few weeks or maybe a month out. Every patient's going to be slightly different, so I can't give a timetable in that essence, like when she can definitely be back or when she can start doing this. And when it comes to like lower body stuff, really we could start doing some lower body stuff as long as it's not putting her at a chance to maybe fall, or like I don't really want to do anything that could risk her falling on it.
Okay.
So
like, what does that mean? I mean, I could walk down the street and fall.
Well, yeah, you're exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
it's kind of hard to plan for something like that.
And it really is, and I just don't want to put her in any situations that are going to increase the already the chances of her. But once that's able, I don't want you to think I'm going to hold her back. I want her to be back just as much as you do, but I also understand that if we don't do this right and do it the first time, if she goes back to play or if she falls and hurts again, it could be season done.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is put her in a bubble for the time being until she's good to go.
No, I'm not saying put her in a bubble.
Okay. Well, we've got to be able to train her lower body somehow.
Okay.
Okay, so my question is, what can we be doing right now? Because right now she's doing a whole lot of nothing, and even if she wants to come back and play soccer, okay, well, yeah, her shoulder's better, but she just lost all her conditioning and lower body strength, which is just going to put her at higher risk of injury for all the other joints. And honestly, a shoulder injury is not that bad for a soccer player, but it's something lower body could be much worse.
Well, one thing that I can make sure that we're doing is get her on a bike for cardio. We can work on squats and some lower body strengthening in that, or lower body work. Something that's going to allow her to keep active. So one reason I like the bikes, keep her cardiovascular system going, and she can do stuff like that. Like I said, I have no problem with that, and I can start doing that for me. And then when she's at practice, I'll put her on a bike. That's not something I'm necessarily worried about. But actually, I think that's a really good suggestion. I think for.
Okay. Well, my question is, why can't she do some of the weight room or the lower body strengthening stuff with me? Because as I see it right now, she's kind of being isolated from the team and only being able to do stuff in rehab. Well, that's fine. That's what she needs to do. But she's got to have a way to still be engaged with the rest of the team. So while the rest of the team's in there working out, she's just watching. Okay, so we need to start getting her doing some more lower body stuff. So I would prefer, being the certified strength person, to have her doing that stuff with the team instead of with you. Because I think it just does more damage than good having her do everything with you.
So, I'm a big believer in compromise. I hear what you're saying, 100%. And I want to accommodate what you want. And I want her to be engaged with her team. And as long as I can get a program set up, and if I can even, I don't, like, getting her engaged back into their team, I have no problem if you want to start doing it. I will start transitioning to where we do a rehab when you guys are in the weight room, so that it's there. And I understand, I don't want to take, what you're capable of doing, and then once, like, I don't want to take you away from everyone else, because what she needs to be doing, she needs to be monitoring. And I'm not saying you couldn't, but you're going to then go from focusing on your entire team to one person. And then you could, obviously you can kind of see where that could be a problem. I have no problem with her going and doing her rehab there. And if that's something you wanted to start doing, I have no problem with even coming to those weight times with her to do that. Like I said, I want to meet you in the middle. I feel confident that we'll get her there. And if you think her doing her rehab and we can keep her on task in her rehab, I have no problem with doing it at the same time.
Okay. What is she going to be doing upper body wise for the next few weeks?
So once the range of motion comes back, and the pain's moved on, we'll start working on strength, and then getting her back into running and playing.
How are you testing the pain being gone? Okay, because my problem is that I think that she is just kind of taking advantage of, oh yeah, it hurts. So, do we have other ways of looking at it besides, oh, her pain's just gone? Are we measuring range of motion, or is it just kind of subjective, like, yeah, it hurts?
Well, we're still measuring range of motion, and once that, there's going to be, okay, so with developing range of motion, pain's going to be there, and we know that. I know her, and I know that she's not someone I felt like that's going to, she wants to get back to play.
Right.
Once her range of motion's back, and she can go through the full range of motion, and once she says, once, that's how we're measuring the pain. It's not like a barometer. I can't, stick on her and pain be gone. We'll get her through the range of motion. We'll get her to where she's comfortable, and then we'll start working on strength. But until then, like I said,
what strength is she going to be doing?
Externally, all of
Do
it.
you have exercise that you're going to be doing with her, or is it just kind of like whatever she's feeling, or?
Well, once we get there, obviously we'll assess, the other, we want to make sure we get her back on with whatever her other, the other arm, because we don't want it to be like, we want bilaterally it to be similar. So we'll work on just good movement, because she's a runner. She doesn't need to get big, so it's not like we want the ability and we want the shoulder, we want the core, the shoulder strength, strengthen, external rotation, internal rotation. We'll start using bands first. We'll probably do some TheraBands, start with that, work our way into free weights. I can't lay out here and tell you this is what we're going to be doing in 3 weeks, because I need to see where she's at.
Okay. But I understand that she needs to have no pain. But from my perspective, I could sit here and tell you 15 different exercises that we need to be working on, okay, for her to go forward. So as soon as the pain's gone, why is she not coming back to me? Okay, because you're kind of saying hey, I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing. We don't have necessarily specific exercises. We're just going to kind of strengthen stuff with bands. Okay, first of all, I don't think bands do a whole lot of crap. Okay, because she's not in a throwing sport. She doesn't do any internal or external rotation of the shoulder. Okay, so what is internal and external rotation of the shoulder going to do for her? Okay, she needs more dynamic stability. Okay, so we're going to build that in a specific manner. So my question is, why are you handling that? Because I'm the one that gets put on the chopping block if something bad goes wrong with her rehab. Okay, well, why is the strength coach not getting her back to full speed? All right, and I'm pretty much depending on you for that.
That's what you should do. Depends on me. If anybody's got any questions, they can come to me with that.
Right.
I know that's not what you want to hear. The fact of the matter is, my job is to get her back with rehab. And I understand it may not be the way you want it, and you may think bands are crap. That's fine. We're not going to agree on everything.
Right.
But I'm going to follow with what evidence-based practice tells me to do. And I'm going to go along with what the doctor has told me. What the doctor recommends, because that's going to be what it comes. A lot of it comes down to is whatever evidence-based practice says we should be doing.
Right, and I get that, but I'm just saying, we don't have a specific plan. That's what I'm asking for. Because I've got to know what's going on, so that when she does have full range of motion and she's strengthening stuff upper body-wise, I've got to know what to be able to be doing with her lower body-wise. So that's what I'm asking for, is a plan.
Okay.
Okay, and the fact that we don't have a plan is kind of what scares me.
Like I said, I'll get one together, and I'll get it to you as soon as I can, and then we can look at it together, and we'll sit down with her and explain to her what my expectations are, to get her back to you, so that way you can, so it's all out on the table. I want it to be, I want to work together. Like, I have no problem with bringing you something. If you've got a recommendation or you think something maybe is not, what you want to do, I'm fine. I'm not, I'm newly graduated. I'm not as, I want to work with you is what I'm trying to say. It's like, I'm fine with working with you. I have respect for you. I hope you have the same respect for me, that we're going to work through this together. I'm not going to be 100% right all the time. Just like I would expect you, there's going to be some error here with me. We're new, working together, but once you get to know me, I do the best for my athletes. I'm not going to baby them either. I like to push them to be better than what you are. So I'm willing to work with you. And like I said, I'll get that plan together, and we can sit down with her, or first me and you can sit down and go over it, and we can kind of go from there.
Okay. I would prefer doing that, just so that we don't talk about her exercise in front of her and then end up changing something, but I would like to look over her program before we do it.
Okay, that's fine. Like I said, if you have any suggestions or anything like that, I'm open to listen. Like I said, I want to fill my toolbox with as much stuff as I can, and I know I have the potential to learn from you as we work together, and I hope that, maybe you learn something from me too. I'm not saying you need to, but just saying that as we work together, we'll figure out how we each work, and this will be a good thing, I think, if we can sit down and put our heads together, and you can look over what I have, and that way you can also kind of see where we're headed.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll try to have that written out by the end of the day, and we can go over it maybe today or maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.